now time for pitch day. What does that mean for the audience? We need to applaud. So in between every pitch, we have to make some noise and give a bit of encouragement. Can we do that? Absolutely, perfect. This is just a warm-up. Then we need a little bit more. So let me quickly explain what is going to happen. We have 16 hand-selected startups that have each here on this very stage 5 minutes to present. And all the startups that are already here, you've got 5 minutes. 4 minutes 30, you'll hear a sound. By 5 minutes, they'll turn off your microphone, and I have to come off on the stage and get you down, and please don't make me do that. So respect 5 minutes. There's a timer that you can see right here. So have a look at the timer and manage your pitch. We have to be very strict on that. Now, before we get started, let me quickly say thank you to all the pitch partners. We've got Hub 71, 500 Startups, Our Crowd, MAN, Department of Health, Plug and Play Abu Dhabi, and of course, this entire activity is coordinated by StartAD. Now, thank you very much. Let's give them a round of applause. Appreciate that. And now, without further ado, please put your hands together for the first pitch of the day. People, welcome.
Hi everyone, welcome to the People Pitch. It's going to be a 3-minute pitch and 2-minute Q&A. The first 3 questions in the Q&A will get one of our gift bags, so look forward to that. People, my name is Chris Scanlon, Group Head of Corporate Development and Investor Relations for People. People here is based in Abu Dhabi, right behind me in Hub 71, so born and bred here in 2017. The genesis of the company comes from the 800 million smartphone users with an internet connection in the Middle East and Africa who do not have access to a bank account or are underserved by their financial institution. So how we solve that problem, we have a mobile application, and to include everyone, you can load cash onto the mobile app using our agent network and also through the kiosk network here in the UAE. So if you don't have a bank account, you don't have a minimum salary requirement, or you don't have a minimum balance to get a bank account, you can use your cash, load it onto our mobile application. Once the money is in there, you can use that money using our virtual and prepaid card, and off you go. You're now part of the financial system. You're part of the e-commerce, the largest growing e-commerce region in the world, which is the Middle East and Africa. What is our growth story, and what's the big picture? So we're a 5-year-old company. We've built our own technology. In the next 3 to 5 years, we'll be in 20 to 25 countries in the Middle East and Africa. We're already in 6 countries in the Middle East and Africa. So fast forward 3 to 5 years, we'll be a 100 million revenue company, US dollars, and in the valuation of the billions. So that's the big picture, and that's the growth story. We're already talking to Dubai Financial Market, ADX here, about, when the time is right, of course, exit opportunities as well. So what is our product? As I said, we solve the problem. Every market we go into is using our virtual and physical card. In the GCC, our users also demand remittance and want to send money home. So we provide that using an innovative blockchain technology, so you can send money home to your country in South Asia, in Africa, and also to UK and Europe now. Personally, my background is in capital markets in Europe, Middle East, and Africa, and I just think it's amazing that we can provide an innovative international payment system to the people who really need it. And our fundraising, so we've actually graduated from a startup company to a growth stage company now. We've just completed our Series B funding round. We've met our target of 20 million US dollars. We just closed in September. And that money will go towards growing in our existing markets here in the Middle East and also in Africa, and opening up new markets, like I said, into 20 to 25 countries in the next 3 to 5 years. So that is People. That's what we're about. That's the growth story. And that's 3 minutes. So who wants to take the first question? Yes, sir. Anda.
Do you do offline?
So in order to get into Africa, you need to be able to have offline capability. So do you have that? And if not, what's the biggest hurdle?
offline, in Africa, we have the agent network that I talked about, but actually most of our loads, we are in Kenya, most of our loads, so getting money onto our application in Kenya comes through M-Pesa. M-Pesa is an amazing company. Mobile money is huge in Africa, as you all know, and we are complementary to M-Pesa. M-Pesa, we are integrated with them. You can load money from M-Pesa directly onto your People wallet, and then you have access to our virtual card and other payment services, so you're included in the e-commerce. You can use that money to buy online services. If you're in the gig economy, you can advertise your business on Facebook. All of these use cases that you and I take for granted, these people can now access through those load channels. Offline, yes.
So no network connectivity.
Sorry?
You don't need to have network connectivity.
No, not for loading cash onto it. You can load it through an agent network in Kenya, yes.
Can you pay with offline?
Pay with offline?
Yeah.
You would need internet connection, yes. Any other questions? Yes, sir. And you... Sorry, I can't hear you. The track record, good question. So we have a very experienced management team, and this is one of our unique selling propositions. The genesis of the company came from our founders, who are from Finland and Australia, but they've actually been here for 25 years, and they founded Richard Branson's Virgin Mobile in the Middle East and Africa, and this is where it came from. They saw the emergence of the 800 million smartphone users, and many of them could not pay using their card, and that was the foundation of starting the company. Users are in the hundreds of thousands, so we have 850,000 users. Yes.
Hi.
One more question.
Here.
Questions, unfortunately, I have to be the bad guy. Another round of applause for People. Thank you. Great first pitch. You had the time to take some questions. Please, everybody, respect the 5 minutes. And we're off to the next one. Expense. Give them a round of applause. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Saad Ansari, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Expense. Well, I don't think my deck is working, so I'm just going to... oh, it's there now, sorry. So Expense is a financial management platform with embedded banking services created for freelancers, micro-enterprises, SMEs, and even large corporates. Like the last pitch, where we're talking about financially including people, we're looking at how do we financially include SMEs, the underserved SMEs, and arguably one of the most difficult things in our market today is as a new business is to open a bank account. At the heart of the Expense app is a wallet that allows you to seamlessly send money in and out. We have virtual IBANs attached to each wallet and open banking capabilities to send and receive money. We're building a whole series of modules around the Expense wallet, one of them which includes our expense management solution that allows you to issue physical and virtual cards to your team, have a deep level of controls that have not been seen before in this market, from being able to limit how much they can spend online to an ATM control, or even down to the merchant level itself. We have an invoicing solution as well, so we're not only looking at the payable side, but also the receivables to allow users to collect money online. And why are we doing all of this? It's to be able to create a rich picture of our customers' financial health, which will essentially allow us to lend at low risk and low cost to our customers. Today, we have over 2,000 businesses in our pipeline, which we're onboarding every single day. We're live in Bahrain and in the United Arab Emirates, and we'll be going live in Egypt in Q1 of next year. We're a team of over 30 employees today. We're bankers, entrepreneurs, and techies. We're spread across from Ukraine to Pakistan in the east. We're looking to raise $5 million for Expense. We've already raised $6 million and looking to add another $5 million. Our vision is to build a business banking super app that allows a user from idea to incorporate and launch and scale their business. Thank you very much, and I'm open to any questions anyone might have. Right? Cool. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Saad. Excellent time management, the business banking super app of the future. Expense. Now we're coming to pitch number 3, and that will be no one else than Clyde. Welcome.
Welcome to Kildes Pitch. I'm Radek. We are Hub71 capital markets startup. We operate across 2 offices, Singapore and Abu Dhabi. And we offer institutional and individual investors to discover and buy alternative assets in our platform. We also offer asset managers to bring their deals and their assets to our platform and find the liquidity for it. We have a license in Singapore, dealing in securities, and a tech startup license in ADGM. And our mission is to widen the access to as many investors as possible to the alternatives. We have been largely bootstrapped, but we also raised VC money. So one of our investors is the DIFC and Visa through Dubai FinTech Ventures and the Purple Ventures. So alternatives. Nowadays a very topical thing. It's a $10 trillion market. $1 trillion is a private debt, so income alternative investments. But they have a lot of problems. You never know for how much you can buy, how much you can sell it. Very fragmented market, highly intermediated, with a lot of, we call them fee extractors. But there's a lot of good in alternatives as well. Like in the market crashes right now, when everything is falling, now alternatives are the savior. But unfortunately, most of the investors are missing out on alternatives. So here comes our two-sided platform. We let investors buy into the specific deals, and then deals are productized through securities, privately placed securities through our platform. We are the first asset manager on the platform, and as we are data-driven investor and data geeks, we chose consumer and SME loans portfolios to collateralize them and offer them as an income investment. How do we do it? So we let the asset managers discover the deal and the asset. We take it to the platform. We produce investable assets, securities denominated $100. And then we distribute the assets to the investors, to the pool of private debt funds, family offices, high net worth investors, hopefully in the future the banks as well. Then the asset manager is monitoring the deal, and we are dealing with all the payouts and all the redemption for the investors. As I mentioned, we are data geeks. And why we like SME loans, because there are tens of thousands of individual loans and a continuous data stream about the performance of these loans. And we monitor them, we upload them to our system, and we are very accurately able to know how much cash is coming from these 50, 100,000 loans. And against that cash, that allows us to create great investment products. We are 2 years in the operations. This slide is a bit outdated, so we have less than 10 million outstanding investments. We have 21 million of the signed term sheet with investors, and we have additional 95 million of yet to be invested opportunities, which are distributed across 43 deals. Our investment performance is looking very good on the contrast what the public markets are doing. So while the high yield bonds market is minus 20%. We are year to date, actually this month, 9.5%, annualized 11.4%, which speaks for itself. Our team, credit risk specialists, investment bankers, data geeks, we are very proud of our credit risk team, which are the grads from the physics and math degrees with additional quantitative finance. So we like data, we like data-driven investing. And why I'm here, why I'm talking to you, so we have a branch here in Hub71 in Abu Dhabi, but we would welcome deeper cooperation with local investors, asset managers to come to our platform, bring their deals on the platform, invest through a platform, invest through us, use our platform as a white label, connect through API, so there's a lot of things where we can cooperate. We have a booth here in the startup section, booth number 2, so feel free to come and speak to us. Thank you. Any question? We have 30 seconds left. No questions? Thank you very much. Peace.
Thank you very much. Clyde, the investment platform. Now we're coming to pitch number 4, and that will be Mopso. Welcome to the stage.
I'm trying to give it working. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Andrea Danielli, CEO and founder of Mopso. And okay, it's going like hell. We are working inside the anti-money laundering world. We are trying to help solving compliance issues. You know, anti-money laundering is really costly and ineffective. 95% of all the analyzed transactions are false positive. And also we have a lot of frustration with our customers. 63% of customers leave the onboarding procedure. Not to mention the fact that sanctions are growing, and it's difficult to innovate in this field because integration is really costly. So we came with this platform. We are really handle all the customer checks during the continuous relationship. We have one solution that is called Brain, able to solve your AML pains immediately, working on the transaction monitoring side, and another solution, Amulet, that really will make onboarding in 3 seconds. So about Brain, we are able to integrate a huge amount of data because we are working with semantic web technology, the same technology that Google is using. So we are working with bank data and third-party data, enriching bank data and looking for risky connection. We are performing social network analysis that help the analysts contextualize the transaction. With Brain, we are really selling this idea that KYC data will become portable, relying on the forthcoming digital identity wallet. The market size is interesting at the global level, $16 billion. Here we estimate $200 million. There is also a lot of competition. We are well aware of that. We believe that we can face competition because we are really inside anti-money laundering. I'm coming from the sector. I was working for Bank of Italy 10 years into anti-money laundering. But also, we are really working on the forthcoming new digital identity, and it is something different. For our side, anti-money laundering also, for Gen Z, something is changing. It's all about reputation. And you know, if you can save on anti-money laundering, you can save on the cost of your product, have a market that is broadened. The team, as I was saying, I'm coming from the Bank of Italy. The IT guy has 30 years experience into IT. And we also have a head of GCC operation here in Abu Dhabi. That's the reason why I'm here. We want to open to the Abu Dhabi market. That's the traction. We already have 4, to be honest. The last one was yesterday. 4 customers, paying customers. We want 2 grants in Europe. And we also have 2 investors. We want more. We want to find prospects here in the GCC. And of course, we would like to be global, not all Italian, as you can understand by my accent and the way I'm gesturing. These are my contacts, and we are in the desk 73, so please come by and see our demo. Thank you for your attention. Any question? maybe after. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Andrea. Excellent time management to all the startups. Please keep that up. Now, without any further ado, let's go to startup number 5. Put your hands together for eFunder.ai. Welcome to the stage.
Hello, everyone. My name is Deepak. I'm the co-founder and CEO of eFunder.ai. We are a digital financing platform catering to online SMEs. What I mean by online SMEs are those who operate with Amazon, Noon, Carrefour, or Deliveroo, Talabat, or are working with payment gateways like Stripe and Checkout.com. We provide financing to them in a very unique manner. SMEs in the market today are having only about 5% access towards bank financing. A large part of this is because of the lack of access of data. When we started this business, we tried to figure out where is the majority of access point of data for SMEs in the market. And we identified 14 different platforms wherein we can actually have API integrations and data being pulled across different platforms, whether it's Amazon, Noon, SharafDigi, Carrefour, Zomato, Talabat, Careem, Stripe, MamoPay. All these platforms provide a wealth of data to actually build a risk profile of each of these merchants and provide them a particular cash flow solution that is bespoke to the nature of their business. We are a Category 4 licensed institution operating in Hub 71 ADGM, and we have been in operation since Jan 2021. We have been giving out transactions of about over 100 million dirhams. It's closer to 115 million right now, on an average of 75,000 dirhams per transaction. And we have enabled our merchants on an average to grow 20% month on month. Some of them have even grown twice or thrice of their earlier businesses. And we have had 0 default rates till now. These are some of the examples of our merchants, some who have really worked hard, like Zafia, who had a business on online meal delivery plans, and she went on to grow a business from 50,000 dirhams a month to 200,000 dirhams in just 3 months. Rajneesh, who is an electronics trader who was there for the last 15 years in the market, but was trying to figure out how to grow his business online, and he has grown from 500 SKUs to 2,300 SKUs, doing 2 million dirhams a month. So we have helped out a large chunk of these SMEs by providing a very convenient manner of accessing finance at the tip of the fingers, by being more flexible with banks and ensuring that the collection risk is avoided by us being the point of collection rather than the merchants. We have a very convenient user interface that is very easy to access and very easy to understand for all these merchants, and they are able to analyze and determine how to improve their performances while being able to service our repayments as well. We use a very verticalized approach towards risk assessment, using various different signals across how they're performing, across macro trends, across customer preferences, and then determine what is the right advance to be given out to each of these SMEs and what price points. In fact, we are a revolving wallet, which ensures that as their business grows, our financing also grows with their business. And as there's a downtrend, we also lower the limits so that our exposure is not too high. So this actually helps the business owners understand where their limitations are, and as well as where they are able to build opportunities and grow their business forward. We have so far been growing at almost 20-25% a month in terms of advances, but we've also been recovering all our money back at a very steady pace, in fact, faster than what we have been going on, because we have a very short working capital cycle, which allows us to take the money back in a very short period of time. So why we are such an investable company is because we are looking at a huge market opportunity across the GCC, while also being a digitally integrated business model, which is very localized in nature in terms of how the risk assessment is being done. And the annual APRs that we are generating is close to about 20-21%, 40 to 50% of which we are giving back to the investors who are providing the capital to us. And we have a very highly experienced team across having different from various sectors, from banking to financials to technology and so on. And right now we are focused on raising about $5 million of transaction capital or more that can generate a certain return for the investors who want to refinance these SMEs. So that's my pitch. I have 40 seconds left. Any questions? Yeah. Sorry?
What's the interest rate?
What is the interest
So
rate?
we charge anywhere between 1 to 2% for a 30-day basis. So that generates about right now our yield is about annualized yield is about 18 to 20%. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Deepak. eFunder.ai, helping SMEs to grow. We're coming to the next pitch, which is the Capital Now. Please give them a round of applause. A warm welcome.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. This is Abhishek here. I take care of growth and partnerships at the CapitalNet. We are trying to transform the private markets ecosystem. This ecosystem is going to touch $11 trillion by 2026. And we focus on the key players in this market, and there are 3 of them. You have the institutional investors like VCs and PE firms, incubators, accelerators who are enabling the startups as innovation enablers, and lastly, the startups themselves. That's been our traction over the last 3.5 years. $7 billion worth of deals managed, We have been operating in 7 different countries, 170 plus incubators using us, and around 25,000 startups are on the platform today, rather trying to work not on the fund management, but a lot of other activities. Our road ahead, we are coming out with secondaries, smart contracts, tokens very soon, and that again will help the institutional investors focus largely on this game and make their life easy and efficient and truly a global market. That's the team. Largely, we are Bay Area based, and we are focusing on this geography to see if we can partner with concerned parties over here. That's it. That's my pitch. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, the CapitalNet. Much appreciated. And we're coming to pitch number 7. How's the audience doing? That's a lot of information consumed in a very short amount of time. You guys okay? Okay. We need to still work on that, but that's okay. We'll get there. Now, pitch number 7, Appro Onboarding Solutions. Welcome to the stage.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you all for joining us today. We'll be discussing Appro, the retail banking onboarding powerhouse. Before we start, I'd like to introduce you to Laura. She's one of our customers. She's out there looking for a personal loan. For her to get the best deal in town, she'll have to do her own homework. She'll start by going online, checking aggregators, doing phone calls. But physically, Laura will have no way to actually reach to the active 42 retail banks in the market. And these banks are all fighting to acquire her application. They're paying an average of $700 for on-ground sales and marketing, additional $100 for internal processing, and 50% of the time the application is subpar. It's a junk application that does not meet the bank risk appetite. And this is where Appro comes in. Laura will fill only one application, a super easy application. We will do all the required pre-processing and share the application with all banks in the market to automatically place their offers. We'll collate all the offers, rank them, and share them with Laura so she can get the best deal for her. So what is the value proposition? Laura's filling one application in 3 minutes with only 3 fields of manual data entry. Within 24 hours, she'll be getting results from all banks in the market with complete visibility and transparency on why this is the best deal for her. While banks are avoiding all junk application and minimizing the costs for pre-processing because we're going to be providing more than 250 validated data points with every application. So I've been mentioning pre-processing. What do we actually mean by that? We're doing all the required steps for any bank to be able to onboard a new retail banking customer in the UAE. We're doing KYC, creditworthiness checks, fraud checks, and we're doing all of this by integrating with multiple government agencies, capturing the data points from the golden source, filtering it, and passing on whatever is relevant to the bank. I'll show you a demo of how it actually works. There should be some audio with the demo. I can explain. So basically, you go to our platform, you scan your Emirates ID, you select the product of interest, you select the benefits you're interested in, you check the PIA statement, the privacy statement, scan your Emirates ID. We will go, based on your Emirates ID, verifying that you're the rightful holder of this card. We'll go and check with different government agencies on your behalf, capture the data points, and build the application for you. And then we'll take all of these data points and put it in a standard format, share it with all banks on our platform. Banks will be able to access our platform and download this data either in an Excel file or through an API based on the bank's infrastructure. So similar to Laura, there are 2 million applications that are being processed in the UAE on an annual basis. 59% of that are coming from credit cards, followed by personal loan, auto loan, and mortgage. And currently, banks have 4 channels for lead generation and customer acquisition. 2 of them are physical and 2 are digital. Physical channels have proven to be effective in the conversion rate, given the filtration that is being done by the sales agent in the process, while digital channels are actually passing on a higher ratio of junk applications, which means extensive processing at the back end. And this is why all of these channels have actually proven to be expensive, either because of the headcount, sales force in the process, or because of the extensive processing. And this is where Appro comes in. We're going to be promising more than 90% conversion rate, simply because we're doing all the processing on our side, and we're filtering only what's relevant to you as a bank, and we're also doing all our processing digitally, so we can afford to actually price competitively versus all of the other funnels that the bank are currently using. We launched last August with credit cards and personal loan. Going forward, we're adding additional retail banking products such as mortgage and auto loan. This is the team behind Apro. We used to be part of the retail banking team of Standard Chartered Bank. We built a similar products for the bank. Now we're building it for the whole industry. And actually, we have Standard Chartered Ventures as our anchor investor. If you're interested, we have a booth over there. Please come and visit us. I think we have 1 minute for questions. Please.
So on the onboarding, I assume you expect as well the bank to do their own KYC? And if not, do you have any liabilities as part of it if it's fraudulent?
Lovely. So we're doing the KYC. We're doing the rightful holder identity verification, ID card verification. I'm doing all of this by integrating with different government entities. For the current stage, we don't have any liabilities. We're asking banks to do it in parallel. Within 6 months, we will be actually giving them a certificate issued from the ministry, whoever did the verification for us, to actually pass it through. I still have 30 seconds, by the way.
Still have 30 seconds. We're good to go.
Yes.
Any more questions?
I'll stay on stage for the 30 seconds, so you are clear.
There's no more questions. Round of applause for Apro.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Excellent pitch with a question all in time. Let's continue like that. Startup number 8. Ladies and gentlemen, please put our hands together for Upshore. Welcome to the stage.
Hi, I'm Nanda. I'm going to talk about insurance, which is much more boring subject than the finance. Insurance is full of pain points. I want to start with the pain points first. People do not like insurance because it's not really real-time data-driven. People take the data, it's very old and an obsolete kind of a thing, and the processes are very cumbersome. And because of that, the data is not really valid and not necessarily up to date. What happens is the prices of the insurance is also set very high. And with all this, the customer acquisition cost in the insurance is very high. Perhaps you know that almost 30 to 40% of the commissions actually go to the customer acquisition thing. And if you add to that policy administration cost and all that, almost 70 to 80% of the costs actually go towards customer acquisition. So how are we going to reduce these pain points and make insurance sales pretty easy and simple? So we have set up this entire platform. This platform is both front-end and back-end put together in one single application. If you use this particular platform for the insurance companies or the brokers or the MGAs or the affinity partners who are involved in the insurance, the sales actually go up by almost 200%, and the overall cost of distribution will come down by 30%. This we have tested there, and this is what happens. And how are you going to do that? So this is our sales side technology. The sales side technology talks about how do you set up a product which is much more bespoke, much more data-driven, and much more customer-oriented, and how do we reduce the prices based on the customer risk profile and all. This is the sales side UX. But we also have the service side, the full stack platform. I know that's a busy slide. Perhaps you will not be able to see the entire thing. But what we are trying to say, the insurance has got 2 dimensions of sales and services, and we have the technology platform to support each and every function of the insurance companies and the broking firms. And for that, our platform will actually answer all the questions which the insurance companies are today suffering from. They have selling costs pretty high, their administration costs are pretty high, and because of that, the customer retention churn happens, and the claim costs are also pretty high, and sometimes the claims get rejected because the data valid points are not really captured in real time. So these are all the kind of questions which we'll solve. And we are now entering the GCC market. We already have paying customers in Oman and in Dubai. And we see that the GCC actually, in terms of digitization of insurance, is pretty backward compared to other markets. And we see that only 2% of digitization is happening in the GCC market. And you see that because of that, the lack of digitization is also causing lack of penetration of the insurance. And this is, of course, what we have done. We have really entered 3 markets now: India, GCC, and USA. And we have paying customers. We have got B2B partnerships with Pricewaterhouse, Marsh, India First, IDFC Bank. We are already raised about 1 million seed money, and we are looking at generating roughly 20 million kind of revenue in the next 3 years. And this is the kind of team what we have. We have data scientists, we have insurance technology people, insurance domain people. I have worked in the insurance industry for many years, set up 3 life insurance companies in India. And this is the places where we are currently operating. I think, I covered myself in less than the time provided to me. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you very much to Upshore. Excellent pitch, also delivered in time. And I just have one thought. Let me quickly say this. It's not that we don't like insurance, we just don't like to pay for it. That's the only thing. Excellent pitch. Thank you very much. Now we're coming to pitch number 9. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to Nerve Solutions. Welcome.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Mihir Malani. I'm the founder of Nerve Solutions. We are a capital markets focused fintech firm, and we develop software products for financial markets. We currently have more than 30 plus enterprise clients in the region, and we are bootstrapped and profitable. That's me. I have more than 12 years of experience in the capital markets tech space, and I've been with Nerve Solutions since the inception, that is 2018. So we primarily have 2 lines of products. One is on the real-time risk and surveillance, and on the other side, we have APIs for automated trading and risk management. On the risk management product, we are currently overseeing average daily asset size of about 500 million, and we are growing. The application is called N-Prime, which stands for Portfolio Risk Management Engine, and is capable of performing more than close to a million computations per second. The other line of products, which is a suite of APIs that allows brokers and trading firms to offer smarter tech-enabled products to their end clients. We've been growing almost at 150% year-on-year in revenue, and this year we expect our revenues to be more than 250% year-on-year. Some key metrics: we have 100% client retention and pretty much zero client acquisition cost because we are grown completely organically. For the next 24 to 30 months, we expect to increase our client base from 30 to about 100, and our annual recurring revenue to about 6 million. We are currently about 500,000, and we'd like to increase that to about 6 million over the next 30 months. With the rise of DIY brokers like Robinhood and increased interest in derivatives and options, we think we are in the right place and we have the right products for the future of the market. And of course, Middle East is our primary area of focus going forward. We've had some decent recognition and media coverage over the past 4 years. We've been part of the DIFC FinTech Hive Cohort 2021, and MENA being our area of focus, we expect or rather hope to gain as much as we can from the ADFW. Thank you. That's my pitch. Happy to take any questions. Good. Thanks.
Thank you very much. I'll take that off you. Everybody pitches so much on time. I'm really impressed. This is the best organized pitch day that I've seen in a while. Let's get to the startup pitch number 10. And I think we need to bring up the energy again on giving everybody a warm welcome to pitch on stage. Can we do that? Yeah? So here they are. Startup number 10, Club. Welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Let's understand the problem, starting with a company in India, which is a company called Smoor. Now, we're the market leader in India doing what we do. Smoor is a typical SME. They are one of the largest gourmet chocolate manufacturers in India. However, despite that, they do not get capital. They do not get capital from banks, from SME financing companies, or from equity providers. And they need all kinds of financing, not just invoice discounting. They need capital for their capex, they need capital for marketing, and they need capital for inventory. And this is exactly what Club does. Not just invoice discounting, but a whole lot more for SMEs. Now, this is a very large growing segment because digitization is now happening in a lot of economies across Asia, not just one particular market. What Club does very uniquely is a product called revenue-based financing. We give capital to companies but take back returns as a revenue share instead of any equity dilution, warrants, or fixed EMIs. The advantage is during good months, the returns are higher, but during lean months, when there is seasonality, the returns are also lower. So that becomes a great way for companies to raise capital and make it very, very dynamic for them as well. Now, what we do as Club is we are a platform. So on one side, we have these new economy businesses, these digital SMEs that need capital. And on the other side, we have different capital providers that come onto the platform. This includes banks. It includes financing companies. It includes HNIs and family offices. And it also includes credit funds, including Club's own credit fund. The advantage is that we can give capital to SMEs for as low as $5,000 all the way up to $4 million in a single investment round. And we keep on doing investment rounds. The other one, we can do tenures as low as 7 days, all the way up to 3 years. So that is the core part of what we do as our risk and data engine, which is analyze the risk of that investment opportunity as opposed to the risk of that particular company. If you understand this, the same company exhibits different kinds of risk at different points in time, which our engine is able to understand, analyze, and then determine the best investment outcome for that company. Now, because we have created this risk data platform, we are now embedding this in other partners, with other partners. So we are working with banks, we are working with NBFCs in India, and we are providing them the supply side solution. And on the other side, we work with marketplaces, commerce companies, logistics companies, and giving them the other side of the same platform as well. So it becomes a very powerful embedded financing solution for the same segment as well. We are venture backed. We raised a $20 million seed round last year, well capitalized, not raising capital at this point in time, but always looking in the future. And so we've got a roster of investors who've backed us. Very, very privileged to have them. Same example of that company, Smoor. They ended up raising multiple rounds of financing through Club. Literally, they raised 15 rounds, and we've just done the 16th round of financing for them as well, accumulating to about $2 million. They ended up raising equity capital, which would not have happened otherwise. Any country needs their SME ecosystem to grow and thrive. SMEs need capital, and that capital is not being serviced today by the current providers of credit. It is not being serviced by the current providers of equity. That is where Club comes in. We believe a thriving country needs a thriving SME ecosystem, which is what we enable. Thank you so much for your time. Have a lovely day ahead.
Thank you very much. A great way to support the SME ecosystem. We are coming now to startup pitch number 11, and that will be Blossom. Welcome. Give them a round of applause, everybody. Thank you.
So I'm Sandeep, and I represent Blossom. I'm the co-founder and CEO, and we are an enterprise DeFi platform, and we enable tokenized real-world assets and enable digital secure loan against that. So let's look at a scenario, right? So Ehsan over here has investment in multiple assets across various financial institutions. But if he's faced with a credit crunch, so what happens? So he's either forced to sell his assets or go to these organizations individually and take individual loan against these assets. But that's too much of a work. So what he exactly does is he goes for a personal loan, which is a high rate of interest product. So when he goes for this personal loan, the bank or the lender looks at his credit history as well as his income, but does not consider his assets at all. And so he slices into multiple smaller products, which ends up leaving him completely frustrated and unsatisfied with the whole process. So what are the problems with secure loans? So secure loans is done in silos. It's highly manual in process and involves a lot of operational intensive activities, making it uneconomical for retail loans. Now, the dilemma for digitizing the secure loan has been this problem that we have listed, where the lender is expecting asset transparency digitally, directly from the source, while the asset issuer has data privacy concerns, and they do not want to open up their asset book to any third-party fintech company. And that's why a centralized system does not work. So digital secure loan as a market is huge. It is completely untapped. This is a virgin territory. In India, we have a $20 trillion asset base, out of which $300 billion is the potential lending market. In GCC, if we just look at one asset class, that is fixed deposits, that itself is $1.7 trillion, which can translate to $60 billion asset lending book. So what is our solution? So at Blossom, we have created an enterprise DeFi platform, which does not involve cryptocurrency. So that way, we are able to cater to all the compliances that a bank or regulated entity requires. We create separate nodes for each of these organizations, where the private data of the bank and the lender sits, but we have some predefined rules and conditions. When the customer authorizes his transaction, at that time, the data is shared directly from the bank's book to the lender's node. The data does not come to Blossom, so that way we are able to cater to the man-in-the-middle problem as well. We have a dashboard through which the bank is able to understand, see what all the assets they hold on our node, against what all lending has happened, and so on and so forth. For the customer, we have an asset mobile management app as well. So a strong value proposition gets created for the consumers. Imagine a scenario now. As a customer, I go to a lender, and I am able to give my multiple assets as a collateral for one single loan and get that thing done, right, seamlessly. I'm now able to combine the power of my assets along with my credit score and my income and get much better deal out of lenders. It's a win-win for lenders and asset issuers as well. As a lender, I can now do secure loans with 0% OPEX, right? I don't have to do that. And as an asset issuer, I'll be able to earn fees from my existing asset book and monetize that without incurring any additional CAC. Our business model is a B2B2C business model where we tie up with various banks, asset issuers, and lenders and onboard them into this network. And our primary revenue source is lending fee, which we charge as a margin of the collateralized asset. In terms of traction, so we started with fixed deposit as the first asset class, and we are already completing our integration with the first bank, and we'll be going live next month. And we have 2 more banks lined up. And apart from that, we have gold as the other asset class, where we have working with a digital gold lending company. We are a very young company. We got incorporated last year. We did a small fundraise angel round backed by a micro VC and industry professionals for our MVP build. And then we kicked off our MVP in Q2 this year. That's the team. So I come from banking background. My other co-founder comes from financial consulting. And we have 2 co-founders from the tech and delivery part. So right now, we are looking to raise $2 million as a seed round, which will help us to achieve these objectives of tokenizing 3 asset classes and getting 10 asset issues on board. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sandeep. Just to the time. Excellent DeFi platform. And of course, when we don't have any questions, any time for questions right now, you can always come and have a conversation off stage. Next pitch will be number 12. Please put your hands together for Nexus. Welcome to the stage.
Thank you. All right. Thanks, everyone. My name is Konstantin. I'm the CEO of Nexus. And so what we do with Nexus is that we seamlessly integrate banking and investing. And really, the problem that this solves is that today, the world is structured like this, right? Everybody needs their bank account because they need to deposit their paycheck, they need to pay at the store, right? But more and more people are seeing that they can't really leave their money there, right? They have an appetite for more returns, so they go and invest it in, traditional assets like stocks and bonds, or they invested in crypto and so on, right? And that's why people then open investment accounts where they get those market returns, but then they don't get instant access to cash anymore. And this is a bad solution, right? Because you now have to manually transfer money between these two, and it takes forever. It's just not a good experience. And so with Nexus, we really create one unified account that gives you the instant access to cash, but you also get the market returns by being able to invest all the assets that you have in there. And so what does this mean with market returns? Just to be completely clear, if you're in the US and you're with a major US bank like Wells Fargo or so on, even now that the interest rates have increased, you still get 0.1%, right? If you're in a high yield savings account, maybe you get 2.5%. With Nexus, you can invest all your money, for example, in treasury bills, very secure. You get 4%. You can also invest it in bonds or stocks. Your risk goes up a little bit, but your reward also much higher. And you still get the instant access to cash that you're used to from your bank, right? All the things that you need, debit cards, ATMs, check writing, all those things. So the founding team is me, Konstantin, and Stefan, my co-founder. We both go back a long time, got our PhDs at Stanford in computer science, the University of Washington. We worked at Google together. I'm a registered investment advisor now, and we're both now working on Nexus. We're also backed by some of the best investors in the space, Y Combinator, Global Millennial Capital, VentureSouk, Soma, L2 Ventures, GFC, you know the names. And this really also opens up very new ways of monetizing, right? Now you are one institution that has the customer's entire assets under management in your account. And so you can monetize on the banking side, you can monetize when people use their debit card, but you can also monetize on the brokerage side with payment for order flow and securities lending and so on. Yeah, it's a huge market in the US alone, you know, $2.5 billion, and we're looking to expand worldwide, right, and start creating partnerships. And if you're interested in, you know, potentially investing in the long term, you know, go talk to us. If you're interested in like creating partnerships, go talk to us. Yeah, thank you very much. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
It looks like everybody wants to ask you some one-on-one questions, so we do that right afterwards. Thank you very
great.
much, Konstantin.
Thank you.
Excellent presentation from Nexus, seamlessly integrating banking and investment. Are you ready for pitch number 13? Yes. The energy always comes just from one spot. Let's try that again. You know, pitching is not easy. So, are you ready for pitch number 13? Yes. Thank you very much. So, here they are. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Tradin. Welcome to the stage.
Oh, does this work? This one? Next? Yeah? Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Jean-Cédric Beccal. I'm the founder and CEO of Tradin. Tradin is the top 100 fintech in France, and Tradin is focusing to help SMEs to get access to finance quickly and instantly by the bank. I wanted to share one number with you. According to the Global World Bank, there is about 5 trillion untapped trade finance demand from SMEs which is untapped globally. SMEs are struggling to get access to finance. And the reason why they are struggling, there's two main reasons. The first reason is the ability to assess their counterparty risk management when it's come to the delay of payment that customer will have on their cash flow. And the second problem is the instant access to financing, because the bank never knows when the SME needs the cash, and the SME is perceived as a high risk according to the bank. And how can we connect to those two worlds? That's the question that we raise at Tradin. And to solve that issue, we created Tradin. Tradin is a unique platform. We combine risk management, cash flow management, and instant access to financing for the SMEs, reducing the risk of the bank to finance the SMEs. I give you an example of what we did, for example, for the free trade market in Africa. We build an ecosystem when we bring together all the stakeholders. Look here. On the left, on the right side, we connect the SMEs directly to the ERP system, meaning that we have access to their invoices. We mutualize the payment experience. That means that we are able to score in real time the payment behavior of the customers. In real time, we are able to tell how many days a customer will take to pay the invoices and the impact of the delay on your cash flow, and predict that you might need a cash in the coming month and connect this need with your bank instantly. And in the middle, you see, on the right side here, we have embedded a trade credit insurance, fully digitalized, meaning that we can click and cover your transaction, meaning that the bank will finance without risk. Because the one taking the risk is, in fact, the insurers, meaning that through this value chain, we bring the SMEs into the digitalized financing ecosystem. Because we reduce the risk, we do real-time scoring, we do automated trade credit management, and we help the SMEs seamlessly to get to the financing. That's what we do, and you will see how we scale the business globally. if I'm back here, how go to market? Who are our clients? The client are the bank and the insurer, because we bring the value to those stakeholders. We connect them together because banks are struggling to retain their customers, retain the market share, and to bring the innovation to their customers. Insurers have the same problem. That's what we do. We have a license model with the bank. We work together with the insurers, and we put it together, and we simplify the life of the SMEs to get to the financing. And here we're talking about digital economy. It's about digital financing, which is a part of the digital economy. That's the reason we are here, because we think it's a very big part of this tech. Here is our market fit. We are acting since 1 year, and you can see that in 1 year we achieve about more than 6,000 SMEs in our platform in France. We have a partner with the top main bank in France, and now we deploy our technology around the world. We have 3 deployments going on, African, US, and Europe, and now we want to get here to be part of the ecosystem, bringing together the banks, the insurers, and to help the SMEs on this digital economy. We are raising $20 million. We raised $2 million last year, and we want to be part of the ecosystem here. We want to build our strategy from here to connect to the world. And this money will help us to achieve our forecast. You look, this is really underestimated. During the next 3 years, we will reach about 75 million turnover, which a break even. We will be profitable in 1 year. And you look at the size of the market, the potential, and the breakthrough that we bring, it will be more than that. Let's build the digital economy together. That's the reason we are here. Thank you for your attention. I'm open to discuss with you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Trade in. And we're coming to startup pitch number 14, which is, ladies and gentlemen, Theta Ray. Welcome to the stage. Put your hands together, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Yaron Chazan, Vice President for Regulatory Affairs in Theta Ray. Already 6 years with the company, and I can say that it's been like 25 years that I've been chasing bad guys, all the way from the Israeli police, PwC leading forensics and anti-money laundering practices, head of compliance at HSBC, and I always failed. With Theta Ray, it's the first time in my life that I feel that I'm one step ahead of the bad guys. In order to explain you why and what is so unique about Theta Ray, first and foremost, okay, we were established in 2013. 2 genius math professors build algorithms to detect anomalies using unsupervised machine learning. I'm sure you got it, right? Even if not, the beauty of it, that it works. The beauty of it, that now it's not only work, it is being recognized by a lot of organizations that gave us awards, and recently also in the Middle East Banking and AI event, we won the best AML solution of the year. Our customers, I think, is the best proof that we are doing something good, probably. All the way from the huge monsters of BNP Paribas, Santander Group, Crédit Agricole, and the largest banks in the world that already use us in production, through payment companies, Payoneer, Nuvei, and you will see soon testimonial by Travelex. And we are very proud as an Israeli-based company to succeed here in the UAE. We have established our company here in Dubai, and we have already Mashreq Bank, Abu Dhabi Commercial Bank, and some other local customers that we are so proud to work with and to provide them the solutions they need. What's so unique about Theta Ray, if you need to say it in one line, Theta Ray will always show me, no matter how good I know the data, I know the risks, whatever I know, where I should put the finger on. What needs to be investigated? And in anti-money laundering, especially in transaction monitor arena, it's a new world. It's a new paradigm. Everybody tells the story of 99% false positives in this aspect and business process. We say why? It's another business process that should succeed. You should measure it with clear KPIs, and you can succeed in it when you use Theta Ray. If I try to illustrate why Tetrarray succeeds so well compared to other methods that has been used. So I asked my daughter to build me Harry Potter puzzle. And I asked her to build only the top left angle of the puzzle. And what we can see in the puzzle that way is only that there is probably a boy and potentially driving a car. And then you actually miss most of reality. This was rule-based approach. In supervised machine learning, we actually tell the machines, give us more of what we know. Give us a little bit more in-depth knowledge of what we already identified. So if there was a boy, I can see there's another boy. If there was a car, I can see there's a train, another mean of transportation. But do I really understand what's going on? With unsupervised machine learning, we actually see reality. The algorithms of Tetrarray learn normality first in the data and only then define what is unusual. If you look at the picture, immediately you say, wait a minute, the car is flying in the air? The car is faster than the train? I had to see the full picture to understand it. Without it, there was no chance to understand what is unusual. Criminal activity is not a normal activity. We detect terrorist funding. We detect human trafficking, child trafficking, drug trafficking. And we do it because the algorithms learn normality in the data and very accurately show us where we should start investigating the cases. This is only the last summary of a very, very complex Russian laundromat scheme that attacked the UK and some other European countries' economies and banking systems. Tetrarray detected the entire scheme in 2 hours. And we learned through the system exactly how the bad guys worked. We learned how human trafficking networks worked. And all this thanks to the genius algorithms that look at the data, learn normality, and tell us what is suspicious and need to investigate. We are here to create trusted network of financial institutions, banks, and payment companies. We are good for small organizations and fintechs, and we are good for the huge organizations and the largest banks in the world, as you have seen. We help regulators, we help financial intelligence units, and we help the entire society to have a trusted network of financial system that can help us get access to the services faster, to include, as part of financial inclusion, more territories, more partners, and more counterparties, and at the end of the day, make the life of the bad guys much harder. I can tell you that our customers' testimonials, and you will be able to see it when you come to visit us, that they increased their business thanks to the work of Tetrarray. Now, I cut my head as somebody who worked in fighting financial crime all his life. What the hell are they talking about? You do transaction monitoring and you increase your business, at the end of the day, it's all connected. If you trust your controls, you can move faster. You can see what's coming, and you can trust that if whatever bad things are about to happen, Tetrarray will detect it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed hearing about how you chase the bad guys. Very nice. And how you're now one step ahead of them. We're coming now to startup pitch number 15. Ladies and gentlemen, King's Crowd, welcome.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. We're King's Crowd, and we're based in California. Back in 2012, the Jobs Act was passed into law in the US. Over the past 10 years, the Jobs Act created what we now call the online private market. Over the past 12 months, the online private market saw $30 billion worth of transactions. Companies like Coinbase, Zenefits, Instacart, and many others raised their seed rounds on online investing platforms. The market got so big that consolidations started to happen. Republic acquired Seedrs and NextSeed, and Start Engine acquired SeedInvest. Over the next 10 years, this market is expected to become a $13 trillion market. Every single year, there are more than 5,000 investment opportunities offered on more than 100 investing platforms, and that's in the US alone. There are dozens of industries, multiple asset classes, and of course, millions of data points that you need to consider before you make an informed investment decision. There's no one today offering a way to aggregate, evaluate, and track these risky investment opportunities. Before I tell you about the solution, let me tell you about the team that was assembled to create it. If you look at the team's professional background, you will see that for technical skills, we have the former CTO of Dow Jones. For data skills, we have a senior data scientist from Carta. We have the former general counsel of Bank of America. We have a marketing manager from the Motley Fool. We have a rocket scientist working on our product. And for startup evaluation and investing, we have a Kaufman Fellow, and we have junior members from Republic, Goldman Sachs, Venture University, and many other VC firms. And if you look at the team's educational background, you will see that the team received degrees or certificates from these incredible universities. Those minds got together to work on only one mission: provide professional-grade investment ratings and analysis to millions of online investors. On kingscrowd.com, our solution, you can explore investments aggregated from more than 100 online investing platforms. You can track daily updates on these funding rounds and predictions on how much and how soon can companies raise their rounds. You can access objective data-driven ratings on every single investment opportunity and company. Those ratings are based on more than 300 data points that we collect from tens of unstructured data sources. Over the past 3 years, the returns of highly rated companies on Kingscrowd have outperformed the market by 30%. And they were 3 times less likely to fail than others. You can also read long-form reports or analyst reports on these companies that provide you with qualitative evaluation of those deals. So the ratings will give you the quantitative evaluation, and those reports will give you the qualitative evaluation and detailed research. Finally, you can create custom portfolios to track the performance of your investments, and also receive AI recommendations on where to invest next and how to best diversify your portfolio. We have a diversified business model, from multi-level monthly subscriptions to access our research and ratings and data, enterprise data feeds via our APIs for enterprises or for brokerage firms, and newsletter sponsorships for brands looking to sell into our user base. For our traction, we have 500,000 newsletter subscribers, 50,000 registered users, 10,000 of them are paying customers, and we have almost $1 million of ARR. We have proven our product market fit, and now we're ready to scale up. We're raising a $15 million Series A, $6 million already raised from VCs and our own customers, including Millennial Capital here in Abu Dhabi. And you can now be part of it. If you want to invest in Kingscrowd, please meet me in booth number 4. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kingscrowd. And we have one more pitch. And ladies and gentlemen, it's the last pitch, so we also need to give him the same encouragement as everybody else got. So put your hands together for Purple. Welcome to the stage.
Thank you. Well, first, thanks to all of you who stayed. It's never easy to stay last, but it's tougher for you to be sitting on those chairs. My name is Carla, and I'm the co-founder and CEO at Purple. I'm going to try and engage a bit with you and understand by show of hands who of you are unbanked and have a credit card. And it's not a trick question. Show of hands, who has a bank account and a credit card? I would expect everyone to raise their hands here. Well, I'm virtually unbanked where I come from, which is Lebanon. I'm lucky to have a bank account here.
The MENA region is home to 100 million plus unbanked people. And most of those countries are heavily reliant on remittances, cross-border transfer from their families from abroad. Look at Egypt that received, actually those numbers need to be updated, over $32 billion a year in remittances, and yet more than 74% of their population is unbanked. Lebanon, we're now taking the top spot with more than 80% of the population that's unbanked and receiving $7 billion of remittances every year. Purple's mission is to make banking infrastructure available to the unbanked. And we do that via API connection, allowing unbanked to cardlessly and effortlessly use banking infrastructure to cash out that money. Our solution is that technology node that connects remittance players, NGOs, other banking institutions all around the world, allowing them to partner with cash-out partners on the ground. May they be ATM machines from banks or over-the-counter cash-outs. We have developed an app for the end user that allows them to cardlessly cash out their funds from any location, anywhere, and anytime. And we've also built a CRM solution for our cash-out partners, may they be those banks, or may they be the traditional cash merchants you find on those streets in Cairo, in Lebanon, etc. We'll build different APIs for the different connections. We can connect to ATM networks. We can connect to POS machines, so POS machine QR code cash out. And we've done that also for over-the-counter. And on the sending side, we connect via remittance API with players like Remitly, Paysend, Wise, Revolut, and others. This gives you an idea of the cash out flow for a user. You receive the money, you download the app, you get KYC'd identity on Purple using a third-party provider. All the AML part is handled by the bank via API. You originate your cash out, you choose the location where you want to cash out from, and then you receive an OTP or a QR code and allowing you to cash out from the location you've chosen. So we help banking infrastructure and banks power and enable financial inclusion. We allow them to do that via one API integration with us. As an aggregator, we've already integrated on the sending side. We allow them access to those remittance partners, opening new corridors. Usually when you democratize remittances, costs of remittances also go down. So we want to hit the 3% UN SDGs. They still control the KYC AML, so it's tailored to their needs and to the market. And they make their ATMs available for an untapped segment they were never considering before, while resting assured that it creates a new revenue streams, that it gives them also data on those users. We've successfully done a case with the largest bank in Lebanon today, Banque Libano-Française, where we've integrated to their 200 ATMs, putting those ATMs at the disposal of the unbanked. So we power C2C remittances, B2C remittances, allowing NGOs to channel aid. One of the biggest problems of channeling aid is you don't know who actually gets that money at the end. Also, the cost of issuing cards is expensive, not to mention the pollution, pollution that comes with providing those plastic cards. And we also allow international companies to pay their freelancers in those countries, Lebanon, Egypt, and others. The team, we're 3 co-founders. We all hail from Lebanon originally, but we've worked in banking, private equity, and startups all around the world. We have a team of 15 people now, mostly based in Lebanon and also in Abu Dhabi, here in Hub 71. Harvard Business School wrote a case study about our mission to enable financial inclusion in the region and how do we make a banking partnership work with a fintech. We're happily proud to be part of Hub 71 here, which is our second home and permits us to be banked as a company too. And we are about to enter the Egyptian market via a venture builder, Modus Venture Builder, that has a presence in the UAE and Egypt. Thank you very much for your time and attention, and consider yourself lucky to be banked.
Thank you very much, Purple. Excellent pitch on time. I have to say, this was the most organized pitch day that I've ever experienced because we are on time. We actually finished 10 minutes earlier. So I have the opportunity to introduce you to 2 more of our startups. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome now to the stage Stikito Limited and Isal. Welcome. Yes, please give them a round of applause. Thank you. Welcome. I'll come in the middle over here. Perfect. Shall we set up then? Yeah, sure. Everybody can see you better. So I will start with you. George, you are the CEO of Stikito. What do you guys do?
What we do is
1 second, your microphone is not live. Can we have his microphone live? Try again.
Hello?
Excellent.
Now you can hear me, all right. So we have a disruptive blend of the traditional stickers and cards for kids and the NFTs. I see in the audience many of you, and I think that you have been collectors as kids, and probably you know the stickers and the trading cards. So that's what we do. Right now with blockchain, we brought the NFTs to the stickers and cards, and this gives us more opportunities for us in order to become even bigger. That's what we do.
I do have one follow-up question from my side, because I'm still technologically challenged when it comes to NFTs and cryptocurrency and wallets. I'm working on it. How easy is the process that you are creating?
For us, it was something that the industry needed to have the digitalization of the physical stickers and cards. So the NFTs were the solution for us. We use the technology. We don't make something technological, but we use it, and it was a weapon for us in order to digitalize our products.
That's the technology that you're using, because it's there and the most efficient.
Exactly.
Thank you, and I'll come back
we
to
meet
you.
Also, we meet on Polygon, so if you visit our booth in Zone 1, booth 17, we will give you for free a Stikito Memorabilia NFT, all right?
I will definitely come back to that, and I have one or two more questions for you, so please don't run away. Let me now turn to your side. Al-Hassan Farjala, Application Development Manager of ISAL. Tell us a little bit, what do you do?
Okay, so first of all, thank you for having me today. It's working, right?
Can we turn up also his microphone a little bit? It should be good now.
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, thank you for having me today. ISAL is an Emirati startup. We are working on digitalizing receipts. Nowadays, we are witnessing a huge digital transformation, and receipts is one of the main elements because it has a lot of data. And today, you know about the concept of big data. So if we look and dig deep more into the receipts, we can see that the receipt has a big value. So we aim to create a world of data intelligence where everyone wins, including environment.
That sounds very interesting. How long have you been on this journey?
It's been around 2 years till now, and it's going good, actually, because we are working hard to change the behavior. We have to convince the people to change to the digital receipts. It's more about behavior of the customers. And mainly, we are working on post-purchase process, where we can look into the customers' retention and ROI for the businesses, where they can still communicate with the customers even after they are done with the purchase process.
Now that
selling process.
That is a huge advantage. Let me ask you the next question before I go back to you, George. What does the future hold for you as a business?
Okay. Data acquisition is a big thing. And when you have a lot of data about something specifically, you can have a very powerful tools. In our case, we are building something called purchase behavior identity, where each and every individual will have an identity in terms of purchase behavior. And based on that, we can provide a very unique and customizable experience for each and every person, for each and every individual, based on his or her purchase behavior. We can only have this identity using the data that we are collecting from the receipts.
Now that sounds like a smooth journey for everyone. I can't wait for that to happen.
Thank you so much. It's coming very soon. We can expect the full solution. Actually, the solution consists of dashboard, a backend, let's say, for the merchants, as well as mobile applications, mobile application for the customer, where they can keep tracking of their receipts and they can track their expenses as well. It works as a small or mini personal accountant where they can track their expenses and budgeting and all. And it will be available soon in all app stores, maximum within a month. By mid of December, it will be available, inshallah.
So we will keep our eyes out for that
Definitely.
launch. Please still don't run away.
Yeah.
One more question to come, also
Yeah,
for you.
sure.
Now, George, let me turn to you and ask you the same question. What does the future hold for you and for your business?
First of all, I'm not new in this business. I do this business for other companies and B2B, also B2C as well, for 30 years. So I know exactly what this business needs. And what I want to do is to go to untapped markets. There are 15 developed markets so far in the collectibles industry, and there are 40 others worldwide that they don't have collectibles. So that's what we want to do, and we already started. We proved this releasing the first ever sticker album collection in the Philippines for the PBA, the basketball league, and that's the future. We want to go to the untapped markets in Asia and Africa to release their own collections of NFTs and sticker album collections, NFTs regarding to them, to those collections.
That sounds really, really good.
Thank you.
Last question for you, George. Tell us a little bit about your experience here at Abu Dhabi Finance Week so far and what you're also planning to get out of this event.
We think that Abu Dhabi was a chance for us to be here and show what we do, because the whole region is a center for sports and culture. Many things, many tournaments will be here for the next 10 years, starting from Qatar's World Cup. So we want to be here, we want to be the first to release the future collections in this area, and we think that it is a great opportunity. We already saw it today. Many people visited our booth, showed the interest, realized how profitable is this business, because it is a business of, it is a market of 8 billion with only 2 global players. So that's why we want to take this opportunity and make it even bigger in Asia and all untapped markets.
Thank you very much, George. Al-Hassan, what is for you the experience here at Abu Dhabi Finance Week and also at Abu Dhabi Global Market?
Actually, it's super, because for everyone and for us as well, it's a huge opportunity to explore the potential for each and every startup. As a startups, we are starving for partnerships, we are starving for collaborations, whether it's government entities or other startups or companies. So today, this week, during Abu Dhabi Financial Week, it's a big opportunity. Till now, I have spoke to a lot of, I have got a lot of opportunities within just a couple of hours, and I do expect a lot more in the coming few days. And as you know, in entrepreneurship, it's an ecosystem where everyone can be involved, and that's how we can get benefit.
Amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Al-Hassan from Isal and George from Sigito Limited. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I'm sure there will be a lot of conversations happening then off stage.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Let's give them another round of applause. Appreciate it.